was Honorable Dena Hamisi, who comes from Kwale and not Western. So this is an issue which has not been tackled. Two, he is unable to deal with Senior Counsel Tenda Molo's assertion in the morning that how would you elevate the agreements of a political party beyond the Constitution of Kenya? It's very important that as you make your decision, you get that this was a false lie. Finally, Honorable Speaker, in all this we have seen all the techniques of card stacking, of propaganda, which include card stacking, emotional appeal, branding, and that's why we have seen the name of the president being dragged in this matter today. I think the motion on the floor is for the makanga, it's not for the driver. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support.
I have been advised by the mover that Lillian Kogo will take 2 minutes and Kaluma 8 minutes instead of 10. Lillian Kogo.
I thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank all the members who have contributed to this motion. I rise to support. I had not given my voice to it, but Honorable Speaker, as you were speaking earlier, Honorable Speaker, I believe the Honorable Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya was following the proceedings of this House. And one of the matters, Honorable Speaker, that came out so clearly, Honorable Speaker, was the insult on women, Honorable Speaker. Women form a substantive position in this country's national development, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I expected that when the Deputy President came to this House, he was going to address this matter on a special way, Honorable Speaker. But I did not listen. I did not hear him. I did not hear the Deputy Speaker say when, where, how. The Deputy President, sorry. I did not hear the Deputy President, one Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, answer to the question of saying that one noble member of this House, the Honorable Gachagua, is a Malaya, Honorable Speaker. It concerns me, and I wanted the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua to tell this House where, how, when, who witnessed him sleep with one Gachagua and how he felt. We wanted to know, because we are not going to allow women to be used with derogatory language moving forward, Honorable Speaker. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are mothers. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are our sisters. It is not...
Time up. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Honorable members.
I thank you. Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I thank you in a very special way. Honorable Speaker, I have this benefit of speaking after listening both to the mover of the motion and to the Deputy President, who is the subject matter of this motion. And so, Honorable Speaker, I can look at it from all perspectives. Honorable Speaker, allow me to start by saying that I listened to the Deputy President, as I did to Honorable Mutuse, with the mind of a lawyer, looking at how the grounds have been addressed, their particulars, and how they have been addressed by the two respective parties. And Honorable Speaker, let me begin by saying that I don't know what happened, but we had Honorable Mutuse presented before this assembly a motion seeking to impeach the Deputy President on up to 11 grounds. And Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether it is by act of omission or commission, or it is just the nature of some people. The Deputy President focused on those matters concerning property, money, integrity, procurement, forgetting the most fundamental issues. And I want to say that even when he addressed those money issues, there are very patent gaps going to constitutional violations which are stated in the motion to be gross. I expected the Deputy President, for instance, to use the opportunity you accorded him, Honorable Speaker, to explain that SMS which came from his son Ikunu Gachagua on the bid bond issue involving that company. No mention of that at all. Honorable Speaker, before I go to the matters I want to address in substance, let me thank you, the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, for ensuring that the process this House is going through has been very fair. And in doing so, Honorable Speaker, for according and upholding and protecting the provisions of Article 47 of the Constitution. I hear people still saying that the courts will intervene. But I'm thanking you for this, Honorable Speaker, because the only time the courts intervene is if we have not secured a party procedural fairness. This motion was advertised across the country for the participation of Kenyans. And Honorable Speaker, allow me to reiterate this short data in 1 minute. 146,429 Kenyans said that the Deputy President should be impeached. And that, Honorable Speaker, constitutes 65.11% of the people of Kenyans. 76,026 of Kenyans said the Deputy President should not be impeached, coming to 33.8% of those Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, 2,452 Kenyans said Kufa Makanga, Kufa Dereva, and those other things. And there are the others. And Honorable Speaker, in terms of our constituency, which is Homa Bay Town constituency, 1,080 Kenyans whom I represent said the Deputy President should be impeached. And Honorable Speaker, that constitutes 89.81% of the population of the people of Homa Bay who are duly notified. 54 Kenyans in Homa Bay Town constituency, constituting 5%, said the Deputy President should not be impeached. And then 56, which is another percentage there, said other things, including Kufa driver, Kufa Makanga. Honorable Speaker, let me clarify this other issue also. That the courts have persistently and consistently said that public participation must be meaningful. If public participation should be meaningful, and Honorable Speaker, you made it so open, at the county headquarters involving all constituencies, and then all constituency offices remained open on that day, and you notified it to the public, Honorable Speaker, following that order of court, then really, there is nothing much for us to continue debating here. If public participation is to be meaningful, then the Kenyans have spoken. And as their representatives, we can only give meaning to what they say during public participation by securing what they have said, which is that the Deputy President should be impeached. Honorable Speaker, because I'm running fast, let me say that this Constitution has been termed a living document. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at ground one, people take it lightly. But Honorable Speaker, the idea of the unity of our nation has been the one thing which has been disturbing the people of Kenya in terms of being a nation for very long. Honorable Speaker, allow me to read the preamble of the Constitution. And this is what it says. We, the people of Kenya, proud of our ethnic, cultural, and religious diversity, and determined to live in peace and unity as one indivisible sovereign nation. When the Kenyans were making this constitution, they identified the need for unity as one people, as one thing they had to deal with. Honorable Speaker, I request the members to look at Article 4, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution. It says Kenya is a multi-party democratic state founded on the national values and principles of governance under Article 10 of the Constitution. And Honorable Speaker, people have said so many things about this Constitution. But let me say today, before this House, Honorable Speaker, that Article 10 of the Constitution, if this spirit has a soul, if this Constitution has a spirit, then you can only find it in Article 10 of the Constitution. At Article 10, Sub-Article 2, those national values which were identified by the people of Kenya during constitution making as the things which Kenya needs to address are the following, Honorable Speaker. Patriotism, national unity, sharing and devolution of power, the rule of law, democracy and participation of the people, human dignity, equity, social justice, inclusiveness, equality, human rights, non-discrimination, and protection of the marginalized. Honorable Speaker, at the very heart of a nation is equal ownership and equal sharing in the resources of the nation. It cannot be therefore, Honorable Speaker, that a state officer at the level of the deputy president is singing to other Kenyans how they are shareholders and they don't belong to this country. And Honorable Speaker, it saddens me that having given him the opportunity, the deputy president did not proffer a defense. The deputy president did not offer an apology, but the deputy president said other people are also doing it. Honorable Speaker, let me say an impeachment motion proceeds in personam. It proceeds against a specific person. You may say Kufa Dereva, Kufa Makanga.
Give him 1 minute to wind up. Wind up, Kaluma.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, it does not matter. This motion we have is against a person. You cannot have a motion for impeachment against Kaluma and somebody. Those who are saying Kufa driver, Kufa Makamba, bring the driver and we will also consider it on the merit. And on account of that, Honorable Speaker, this person must go. Honorable Speaker, in the few seconds remaining, let me say that when Westgate came under attack, I lost a cousin in the name of Jackton Port. He was the first one to be shot there. When Garissa University came under attack, Honorable Speaker, I lost Solomon Oludo from Marindi, a son of our land I educated at Ubiero Primary School. Honorable Speaker, we have no problem holding the security apparatus of the nation, to account. But Honorable Speaker, we cannot have a situation where you talk that recklessly in public about our national intelligence service being dysfunctional. For a state which is permanently under terror, target and attack. And by the way, in the Security Committee, each minute, we are fighting terrorists. You cannot speak that way and come back and say it is normal. Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to the president when each time the president leaves the country, you are organizing rallies to incite ethnic animosity against your own government? Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to His Excellency the President when the President is having a press conference in Nairobi and you are having a separate one instead of standing with him to calm the nation from Mombasa to say that the President, in fact, there is a problem and is a dysfunction in government?
Time up. Mutuse, you have 15 minutes.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before I begin my reply to the motion, please allow me to table additional documents, being a newspaper advert that was placed by His Excellency the Deputy President in today's newspapers, and also the video recording of his speech yesterday, because they are material to these proceedings.
Go ahead. Request granted.
Mr. Speaker, I have tabled the two documents, electronic and physical, because during the course of this debate, members in many instances had referred to them, and therefore it is only fair that they are part of the record. Number two, Mr. Speaker, allow me to thank...
The documents were available to me earlier, and I ruled that they are admitted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I want to be very brief because I know the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya wants to make a decision on the matter of impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Mr. Speaker, to begin with is to thank colleague members of Parliament from both sides of the House for the robust debate in terms of the motion that we presented before the House this morning. Mr. Speaker, I also want to thank Kenyans in their millions from all over the Republic, because in the course of this debate, Kenyans have been commending, Kenyans have been exercising their democratic right through public participation, through their right to odd opinions, and we have not witnessed a single incident of violence anywhere in the Republic. There had been vitisho that if you table an impeachment motion for a person of the magnitude of the Deputy President, there may be violence, people will lose lives, but I thank Kenyans because Kenyans have proven once again that we are a peaceful country and we are able to engage in our democratic processes without violence. Mr. Speaker, allow me to re-examine some of the few issues that have come through the response. First is to let Kenyans know that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has filed a response of 501 pages, and the response has come at 4 p.m., and I was only able to be given the response about an hour ago. And therefore, in terms of the doctrine of equality of arms, I feel that I needed adequate time so that I may be able, during my reply, to respond to some of the things that he has raised in his response. However, be that as it may, I want to refer members to page 99 of his response. In the morning, I did tell members that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has acquired properties through corruption and through money laundering. And when he has come before this House, he has told you that the hotel that he acquired in Nyeri was acquired through a loan. However, the only document exhibited as evidence of that loan is a letter of offer from Credit Bank Limited. There is no evidence exhibited by Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, the current Deputy President, to the effect that the loan was actually finalized, to the effect that he actually got the loan. Mr. Speaker, as a term of the letter of offer, in terms of lien and set-off, and I read, a lien and set-off of a fixed deposits of LN Crystal Kenya Limited for an aggregate amount of 300 million Kenya shillings. Interest accrued shall be credited to your deposit settlement account. Mr. Speaker, in simple terms, what this means is that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua had a fixed amount in cash of 300 million in his account, which was going to be used as a security. I asked Mr. Rigathi Gachagua to tell us where he had gotten these 300 million, if my allegations that he's laundering money are not true. And therefore, by virtue of his response, it confirms my assertions that he has monies, he has wealth, he has cash that is suspect. If you may give me my phone. In terms of whether Kenya is a company or not.
Do you want information from member for West Mugirango?
Yes, you may.
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I want to inform the Honorable Mutuse that the director for Credit Bank Kenya Limited is one Grace Nyachai, who hails from Nyeri and is a relative of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, and therefore I say no more.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, It is important for this House to note that in the morning, I did present evidence of suspicious money transactions. I did present evidence that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, either by himself or through relatives or through proxies, has acquired properties that are way beyond his known sources of income, and that evidence remains uncontroverted. Turning, Mr. Speaker, to the issue of whether Kenya is a company owned by shareholders. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua is playing with the intelligence of members of parliament and with the intelligence of Kenyans by attempting to twist facts. First, in terms of the law, companies are registered under the Companies Act. They are not registered under the Political Parties Act. So to come before Kenyans and to say that there were coalition agreements registered and therefore those coalition agreements are companies is to play around with our intelligence, because we know companies are registered under the Companies Act, they are not registered under the Political Parties Act. Further, Mr. Speaker, this Rigathi Gachagua was selectively chosen the sections of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement to rely on, and he has failed to read the document in whole. Under clause 20 of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement, that clause provides as follows: that there is need to achieve an inclusive government that reflects the face of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua chose not to tell us that the coalition agreement also talked about the face of Kenya and not a company of some people to the exclusion of others. Clause 6 of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement provides for respect for constitutionalism. The articles of the Constitution that I stated. It provides for respect to the rule of law. It provides for respect to the national values and principles of government under Article 10. And it provides for respect to devolution. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua did not tell us that. Clause 22G of the coalition agreement among the Kenya Kwanza political parties provides that there will be adjustments that may be necessary to accommodate the development priorities of other parts of the country to ensure equitable distribution of Kenya's national resources and wealth for the benefit of every citizen and every part of Kenya. This Mr. Rigathi Gachagua could not tell you because it was going to destroy his case. And therefore, honorable members, I urge you to find that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, in his assertions about shareholding and a company, it was not in reference to political parties, it was in reference to regions, it was in reference to communities, and the evidence that we provided remains uncontroverted, and this ground must be confirmed. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of KEMSA, again, to show a man who is a flip-flop, yesterday on live television, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua admitted that he personally called Dr. Andrew Mulwa by his own phone yesterday on television. Today, appearing before us, he denies that he did not call him. So, which part of his testimony do we believe? Do we believe the testimony that he gave yesterday on national television, that he did call Dr. Andrew Mulwa, and that he sent his own son to Dr. Andrew Mulwa to collect the bid bond? Or do we believe the testimony that he has brought today, altered testimony that he has brought today? I urge you to find that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua indeed did call to influence investigations. On the issue of cabinet, Mr. Speaker, if you may allow me just 1 minute. On the issue of cabinet resolution, he has admitted and proceeded to justify that despite the existence of a valid cabinet decision in a cabinet meeting that he sat, he chose to defy that cabinet decision. And for that reason, Mr. Gachagua, by his own admission, must be removed from government. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, this is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. And for the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya to assert its constitutional authority, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. I urge members. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, we have heard from members here, has made inflammatory remarks against the women of the Republic. For the respect of the women of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. We have heard that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua has disinherited the widows of his own brother. And for the widows of Kenya, beginning from Madeira, to be safe, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. And therefore, I urge members to find favor with my motion from clause 1 to clause 11. And as you vote to impeach Mr. Rigathi Gachagua. I thank you, Mr. Speaker,
I beg to move.
and I beg to move.
Thank you. Honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Brighton, take your seats. Today you are very mobile. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, Honorable Jeho, take your seat. Honorable members, we are coming to the end of this motion. And before I put the question, this is one motion where there is no voice vote. We'll go straight into division, so that no ayes have it at the putting of the question. The House Business Committee yesterday deliberated on the manner of voting, and it was unanimously agreed that there will be a roll call vote. There will be a roll call vote. That being the case, we should be done, if we are orderly, we should be done in the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes, maximum 1 hour. When we start voting, order. When we start voting, I'll instruct the clerk and the teller, having conducted yourselves exemplarily well, any member who precedes his or her vote with a preamble or a speech or a statement will be a spoiled vote. Once you are called, order. The vote is simply yes or no. Time for speeches have extinguished in the debate. I now put the question. Of course, there are always three: yes, no, abstention. Order, member for West Mugirango. There's nothing out of order. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that, pursuant to the provisions of Articles 145 and 151B and 2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 64 and 65, this House resolves to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, on the following grounds. 1, gross violation of Articles 10(2)A and B and C, 27(4), 73(1)A, 2 and B, 75(1)C, 129(2) of the Constitution, and Article 147(1) as read together with Article 131(2)C and D of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Articles 147(1) and 152(1) of the Constitution by undermining the President and the Cabinet and the effective discharge of the national government executive mandate. 3, gross violation of Articles 6(2), 10(2)A, 174, 186(1), 189(1), and the 4th schedule to the Constitution by undermining devolution. 4, gross violation of Article 161 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. 5, gross violation of Articles 3.1 and 148(5)(a) of the Constitution on the fidelity to the oath of office and allegiance. 6, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Sections 13(1)(a) and 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. 7, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Sections 45(1), 46, 47(a)(3), and 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act and Sections 2, 3, 4, and 7 of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. 8, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes by continuously misleading members of the public through false, malicious, divisive, and insightful remarks that are contrary to the provisions of Section 132 of the Penal Code and Section 29 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. 9, gross misconduct that is incompatible with the high calling and dignified status of the office of the Deputy President, a member of the Cabinet and the National Security Council. His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Intelligence Service and its officers. 10, gross misconduct by openly or publicly insubordinating the President, who is the head of state and government. And 11, gross misconduct by persistently bullying state and public officers. I now direct that the division bell be rung for 5 minutes. Then thereafter, we will go into voting process. As we do so, can the whips give a... Yes, Jeanette?
Mr. Speaker, I propose that only the whips should be allowed to go out of the chambers, Mr. Speaker. The rest should remain seated. Yeah. Only the whips should be allowed to go out, Mr. Speaker. The rest of the members can sit and hold their things on the.
That's the rule. That's the...
Good evening. If you're just tuning in, the National Assembly has been debating the special motion.
The driver is carrying 55 million Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. We cannot allow the driver to die because 55 million Kenyans are going to die with him. But the makanga, who is just hanging at the door there of the matatu, can go, Mr. Speaker. If he misbehaves, Mr. Speaker. And, if he's not doing his work properly, Mr. Speaker, the easier one to go first is the makanga, because the makanga is the one who should be telling the driver what to do. And they're telling us here, kufa makanga, kufa driver. The petition of the driver is not with us in this parliament. The petition we have, the motion we have before us today is the motion of the makanga. And we are going to deal with him perpendicularly and thoroughly, Mr. Speaker, this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the House that us, the people of the minority, the Azimio people, Mr. Speaker, we have lived like orphans in this country for the last 2 years. Why do I say so? Mr. Speaker, we are taxpayers. Some of the places that contribute to the highest taxes in this country are areas that are dominated by Azimio people. And then somebody comes here and tells me, you are not a shareholder, you are not going to get services, you are not going to get development. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Does the taxes that are paid by the Azimio people count for nothing, Mr. Speaker? And it is coming from the high office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is the time we are going to correct this thing so that it never happens again, so that we don't have another Deputy President who comes later. Because when we impeach this one, another one is going to be appointed. This is a lesson to the next one, that if you misbehave, we will just take you through this Golacha, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying this. Let us not personalize offices. We don't have any ill will. We don't have any bad faith. We don't have anything that we are holding against the persona of Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, Mr. Speaker. We are dealing with the office of the Deputy President currently occupied by one Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, Mr. Speaker. The office holder. And let us not personalize. The office does not belong to him, does not belong to anybody. This is a constitutional office, and the Constitution has prescribed how to deal with you when you misbehave in that office, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, for Kenya to become cohesive, Rigathi must do what? Rigathi must? For Kenya to become cohesive.
Okay, give him 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker.
Give him 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I was telling members, for Kenya to unite, Rigathi must. For Kenya to prosper, Rigathi must. For Kenya to have unity, Rigathi must. For shareholding to end in Kenya, Rigathi must. For us to have a peaceful country, Rigathi must. Thank you very much. That is the mood, and that is what how we are going to do.
Thank you, Kimani Ichung'wah.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. Honorable Ekomas Mutuse, the member for Kibwezi West, approached me with the impeachment motion. Honorable Speaker, I took some time not just to go through the grounds that he had stipulated for the impeachment of the Deputy President, but also to reflect on what Honorable Mutuse was asking me, not just as a member of parliament for Kikuyu and leader of majority party in this house to do, but also took time to reflect and ask the Almighty God to guide me and give me wisdom to do the right thing. Honorable Speaker, I pray to God that the Almighty God may give me wisdom to do that which is right. And not just what is right, Honorable Speaker, but also what is just. Just to the outgoing Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, but also just, more importantly, just to the people of Kenya who turned out in their numbers in 2022 to vote in a government that they believed would create cohesion and unity and offer them opportunities to excel and prosper as a people. Honorable Speaker, as I prayed for wisdom, I was also conscious that what is right is not always easy. And what is right is not always popular. And being a son of the mountain, representing people of the Mount Kenya region, Honorable Speaker, it was clear to me that what may be popular today may not be right. And that is why I asked God to give me the wisdom to do that what is right, Honorable Speaker. And I am here today to do what is right for the people of Kenya. I am here to do what is right, not just for the people of Mount Kenya. I am here to do what is right for the greater good of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Speaker. And that is why I rise to support this impeachment motion, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, having listened to Honorable Mutuse and all the grounds, and having looked at the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, and I would beg for us to look at Article 150 on the removal of a deputy president, the reasons as to why you may remove a deputy president from office. The first one is on the ground of physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of that office. We have no capacity to determine the physical and mental capacity of the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. But on impeachment as a second ground, the first ground is on the ground of a gross violation of a provision of this constitution or any other law. The question that begs is whether one Rigathi Geoffrey Gachagua has contravened or has grossly violated one provision of our constitution. And I think the Honorable Ekomas Mutuse was able to demonstrate this morning that Rigathi Gachagua has violated not one, but over 8 provisions of our constitution, which I agree with the Honorable Mutuse. And for that reason, Rigathi Gachagua ought and must be impeached today. The second ground, Honorable Speaker, is where there are serious reasons. And Senior Counsel Otiende Amolo went to great length this morning to explain what serious, when you believe there are serious reasons that the Deputy President has committed a crime under national or international law. Honorable Speaker, behind the veneer of humility that you have seen here this evening, behind the veneer of humility that Kenyans saw on national TVs on Sunday, pretending to apologize, is a dark face of violence, is a dark face, Honorable Speaker, that is a great danger to our nationhood, a great danger to the unity of our republic, Honorable Speaker, a danger to the cohesive existence of our nation as we see it today, Honorable Speaker. On the first ground, Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Minority Whip, take your seat. Honorable members, I have been given the following as whips, as tellers. For the ayes, the Honorable Zaire Janda MP and the Honorable Jared Okello MP. For the nays, the Honorable Onesmus Ngogoyo and Honorable Jane Njeri. You may come forward and join the clerks at the table. Now the voting order, the voting will be as follows. Order. We will start by calling out the Honorable Samal, member for Isiolo. Is it West? Isiolo North. You all know Honorable Samal has a condition and he needs to be assisted. So the clerk and the tellers will go to where he is. The clerk and one on either side go and take Honorable Samal's vote. Once you are done, the constituencies are numbered alphabetically from A to Z. So we'll start with probably Ainamoi is normally the first, and we'll end up with the last. Pardon? Yes. Okay, Njoroge, take the vote of Honorable Samal, Honorable Kosgei, and Honorable Wanyonyi. Then go alphabetically for everybody else. And when voting is going on, members, you must remain in your seats. You must remain silent and let the process go on uninterrupted, the same way you have been orderly the whole day. Of course, I put the question, pardon? Yes? Toto has already indicated to the clerks that she'll wait and vote like everybody else. So she's not in a special case. Is Mother Wangari also lactating? I didn't know that. Now, clerk, those who are supporting the motion are voting yes. Those who are not are voting no. The tellers are, as I've told you, for yes, Janda and Okello, for no's, Kasheri and Gogoyo. Clerk, over to you.
Voting starts now. Isiolo North, Lomwa Joseph Samal. Westlands, Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi. Nominated member, Jackson Kosgei Kipkemoi. One teller the other side. Who will go there? Go.
I, Tim Wanyonyi, Member of Parliament for Westlands, I vote no. I vote yes. I vote yes.
Order, honorable members. He has voted yes. Order.
I, Jackson Kipkemoi Koskei, nominated member of parliament, I vote yes.
Yes. I'll stop them. You are done with Honorable Samal? He can't talk. Honorable members, for the rest of the members, when your name is called, don't repeat your name. Just vote yes or no. Okay, go ahead, Njoroge.
Ainab Koi, Samuel Chepkonga, Aina Moi, Benjamin Langat, Aldai, Marian Kitani, Alego Usonga, Samuel Atandi, Awendo, John Walter Owino, Bahati, Irene Joki, Balambala, Shurie Abdi Omar, Baringo County, Florence Jamatia, Baringo Central, Joshua Kandie, Baringo North, Joseph Maglap, Baringo South, Charles Cameron, Belgut, Nelson Koech, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bamachoge Borabu, Nolfason Obadia, Bamachoge Chache, Alpha Miruka Ondieki, Bomet County, Linet Chepkorir Toto, Bomet Centro, Richard Cheriot Kilel, Bomet East, Richard Kipkemoi Yegon,
Bonchari Charles Onchoke. Bonchari Charles Onchoke.
Is voted yes.
Bondo Gideon Ochanda. Borabu Patrick Osero. Budalangi Raphael Sauti Bita Wanjala. Bomula Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bungoma Kadri Nanjala Wabilianga. Bura Kuno Yakub Ado. Bureti Kibet Kirui Komingoi. Busia County Omanyo Kadri Nahambi. Omanyo Kadri Nahambi. Butere Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Butula Joseph Oyula. Buuri Muruidhania Rindikiri Mugambi. Central Imenti Moses Nguchine Kirima. Central Imenti Moses Kirima Nguchine. Changamwe Omar Mwinyi. Chebalungu Victor Kipngetich Koech. Cherangani Patrick Simiyu Barasa. Cherangani Patrick Simiyu Barasa. Chesume Paul Biego. Chuka Iganga Ngombe Patrick Ntwega Munene. Dadab Farama Alim. Dagoretti North Beatrice Elachi. Dagoretti South John Kerry Waweru. Eldama Ravine Musa Sirma. Eldas Adan Kenan. Elgeyo Marakwet County Ngerechei Jepto Caroline. Embakasi Central Gadhiro Majadonk Benjamin. Embakasi East Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi East Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi North James Gakuya. Embakasi South Julius Mawade. Embakasi West Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embakasi West Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embu County Double N Pamela Njoki. Mgwen. Njoki is? No. Njoki is no. Mgwen. Lelmengit Jose Gipto. Emuhaya Omboko Milemba. Emura Dikir Johanna Ngeno. Endembes Robert Pukose. Fafi Yakub Farah. Funyula Oundo Wilberforce. Galole Said Buya Hiribai Said Poster. Ganze Charo Kenneth Tungule. Garissa County Udgon Amina Siad. Garissa Township Major Deko Baro. Garsen Ali Warioguyo. Katanga Wakili Mureu. Gatondo North Kururia Njoroge. Gatondo North Kururia Njoroge. Gatondo South Gabriel Gaduka Kagombe. Gem Elisha Odhiambo. Gichugu Robert Gichimu. Gilgil Mother Wangari Wanjira. Gilgil Mother Wangari Wanjira. Gilgil Mother Wangari Wanjira. Githunguri Gathoni wa Mochomba. Hamisi Charles Gumini Gimose. Homa Bay County Bensuda Joyce Osogo.
Pardon? Take the vote again. Order Bensuda utaitwa tena.
Town.
Order members, order.
Homa Bay Town George Peter Kaluma. Igembe Central Daniel Karido Kili. Igembe North Taitumu Julius. Igembe South John Paul Mwirigi. Ijara Abdi Ali Abdi. Ikolomani Shinali Bernard. Isiolo County Mumina Bonaya. Isiolo North, Isiolo South Bidu Tubi Mohammed. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Juja George Koimburi. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabondo Kasipul Ivo Bara. Kabuchai Kalasinga Joseph. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kajiado County Lea Sankaire. Kajiado County Lea Sankaire. Kajiado Central Memusi Elijah. Kajiado East Kakuta Maimai. Kajiado North Onesimus Ngogoyo. Kajiado South Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado West Sunkuya George. Kakamega County Elsie Muhanda. Kaloleni Paul Katana.
Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf. Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf. Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf. Kandara Chege Njuguna. Kandui John Makali. Kangema Peter Kihungi. Kagundo Fabian Chule. Kapenguria Samuel Moroto. Kapsaret Oscar Sudi. Kapsaret Oscar Sudi.
Karachuonyo Okwome Andrew Adipo. Kasarani Karauri Ronald Kamwiko. Kasipul Were Charles Ongondo. Kathiani Mbui Robert. Keyo North Korir Adams Kipsanai. Keyo South Kipkoech Gideon Kimayo. Kericho Kemei Beatrice Chemweno. Keses Ruto Julius Kipleting. Keses Kuisero Wangaya Christopher Aseka. Kiamba Wanjiko John Jogona. Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua. Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua.
Kiambu Town. He's not here.
Kiambu Murada Ann Wajiko Mugo. Kibra Orero Peter Ochieng. Kibwezi Mbalu Jessica Nduku Kiko. Kibwezi West Mutuse Ekomas Mwengi. Kieni Wainaina Anthony Njoroge. Kieni Wainaina Anthony Njoroge. Kigumo Munyoro Joseph Kamau. Keharu Nyoro Samson Dindi. Kikuyu Ishungwa Anthony Kemani. Kilgoris Sunkuli Julius Lekakeny. Kilifi Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu. Kilifi North Baya Owen Ya. Kilifi South Kitty Richard Ken Chonga. Kilome Zambia Thaddeus Kethua. Kimilili Mutua Didmas Wekesa Barasa. Kiminini Bisao Morris Kakai. Kinango Rai Samuel Gonzi. Gonzi Rai. Kinangop Tuku Zakari Kwenya. Voted. It's voted. Kipipiri Muhia Wanjiko. Kipkelion East Cheroro Joseph Kimutai. Kipkelion West Hilary Kiplangat Koske. Kirinyaga Jen Jerry Maina. Kirinyaga Central Gitari Joseph Gashoki. Kirinyaga Central Joseph Gashoki Gitari. Kisauni Bedzimba Rashid Juma.
Kisii, Donya Doris Aburi. Kisumu, Busia Ruth Adhiambo Odinga. Kisumu Central, Oron Joshua Odongo. Kisumu East, Ahmed Shakil Ahmed Shabir. Yes. Kisumu West, Rosa Akinyebuyu. Kitui, Irene Modoni Kasalu. Kitui East, Nimrod Midhuka Mbai. Kitui Central, Makali Benson Mulu. Kitui Rural, Mboni David Mwalika. Nyamai Rachel Kaki, Kitui South. Edith Vethi Nyanze, Kitui West. Mokaya Nyakundi Japheth, Kitutu Chache North. You take it from where? I will repeat from Kitui South, Rachel Kakinyamai.
She voted.
Yes. Nyanza Edith Vethi.
She voted.
Nyakundi Japheth Mokaya. I vote yes. Kibagendi Anthony. Kitutu Chache South.
Amesema? No. Kibagendi amesema? Kibagendi kama again. Kibagendi.
Kitutu Chache South, Kibagendi Anthony. Clive, Kitutu Masabak, Clive Ombane Gisairo. Konoin, Brighton Leonard Yegon. Kuresoi North, Mutai Alfred Kibrono. Kuresoi North. Okay. Joseph Kipkoske Tanui, Kuresoi South. Okay. Kuria East, Masairo Marwa Kitayama. Kuria West, Robi Matthias Nyamabe. Kwale, Masito Fatuma Hamisi. Kwanza, Wanyonyi Ferdinand Kevin. Lafi, Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdi. Lakdera, Mohammed Abdikadir Hussein. Laikipia, Jane Wangeshi Kagiri. Laikipia East, Festus Mwangi Kionjuri. Laikipia North, Sarah Paulata Korere. Ndio. Laikipia West, Stephen Washira Karani. Laisamis, Joseph Lekuton. Lamu, Monica Mudoni Marufu. Lamu East, Obor Weida Muhammad. Lamu West, Mudama Stanley Moiruri. Langata, Felix Odiwor Kode. Kahangara, Larry, Joseph Mburu Kahangara. Likoni, Mishi Juma Hamisi Mboko. Likuyani, Innocent Maino Mugabe. Limuru, John Kiragu Shege. Loima, Akuja Protas Ewesit. Luanda, Dick Maungu Oyugi. Thank you. Nabii Nabwera Daraja Lugari. Lunga Chiforomondo Mangale Munga. Lurambi Titus Hamala Mkhwana. Mara Jafet Miriti Kareke Mbyuki. Machakos, Joyce Kamene. Machakos Town, Caleb Mutiso Mule. Okay. Yeah, but George Aladwa Omwera Makadara. Makweni Kiamba Susan Dunge. Makweni Women Rep Mumo Rose Museo. Absent. Can I repeat? Makweni Mumo Rose Museo. Malava Moses Malulu Injendi. Malindi Amina Laura Munyazi. Mandera North Abdullahi Bashir Sheikh. Mandera Umul Kasim Sheikh. Mandera East Abdurrahman Hussein Wetan Muhammad. Mandera South Abdul Ibrahim Haro. Mandera West Yusuf Adan Haji. Manyata John Gitonga Mwaniki Mukunji. Maragwa Mary Wamaua Waidira Njoroge. Marakwet East David Kangogo Bowen. Marakwet West Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. Marsabit Naomi Jilo Wako. Masinga Mwalio Joshua Mbithi Mutua. Masinga Joshua Mbithi Mutua Mwalio. Matayos Geoffrey Makoha Modanga. Madare Anthony Oluoch. Madioya Edwin Mugo Gishoki. Okay. Madira Kahugu Eric Mwangi. Matuga Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Okay. Matungu Nabulindo Peter Oscar. Is there. Yeah, Tandaza is there. Can I repeat Matuga? Matuga Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Okay, asante. Matungulu Mule Stephen Mutinda. Mavoko Kingola Patrick Makau. Mbere North Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa. Mbere South Nebat Bernard Murioki. Mbooni Nzioka Erastus Kivasu. Meru Kailemia Elizabeth Karab. Migori Mohammed Fatuma Zainab. Mogotio Kiborek Ruben. Moiben Phyllis Chepkemoy Barto. Molo Francis Kuria Kimani. Mombasa Zamzam Muhammad Chimba. Mosob Abraham Kipsang Kirwa. Moyale Jaldesa Guyo Wako. Msambweni Jaldesa. Okay, capture, thank you. Msambweni Badr Salim Faisal. Mount Elgon Fred Kapondi Chesebe. Muhoroni James Onyango Oyo. Mukorweini Gishoi Kagusha John Philip. Mumias East Salasia Peter Kalerwa. Mumias West, Naika Johnson Manya. Moranga, Betty Njeri Maina. Mvita, Mohamed Saud Machele. Mwala, Musau Vincent Musyoka. Okay, done. Mwatate, Peter Mbogo Shake. Peter Mbogo Shake. Thank you. Mwea, Mary Maingi. Mwingi Central, Gideon Muteme Muliungi. Mwingi North, Paul Musimi Nzengu. Mwingi West, Charles Ngusi Anguna. Nairobi City, Esther Mudhoni Pasaris. Naivasha, Kihara Jane Wanjiru Njeri. Nakuru, Chelule. Can I repeat Naivasha? Kihara Jane Wanjiru Njeri. Nakuru, Liza Chepkorir Chelule. Nakuru Town East, Gikaria David. Nakuru Town West, Arama Samuel. Nambale Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nandi Cynthia Chepkoske Muge. Nandi Hills, Bernard Kibor Kitur. Narok, Rebecca Nonaishi Tonke. Narok East, Lemanken Aramat. Narok North, Agnes Mantaine Pareye. Narok South, Olentutu Kitilai. Narok West, Gabriel Koshal Tongoyo. Navaholo, Emmanuel Wangwe. Ndaragwa, Gachagua George N. Ndiwa, Martin Peter Sowino. Ndia, GK George Masharia Kariuki. Njoro, Charity Katambi Chepkwony. North Hor, Guyo Adi Wario. North Imenti, Abdul Rahim Dawood. North Mogirango, Joash Nyamache Nyamoko. Nyakach, Joshua Aduma War. Nyali, Mohammed Ali Mohammed. Nyamira, Jerusha Momanyi Mongina.
Mohammed Ali is here.
Yes, he's voted. He's voted. I repeat, Nyamira, Jerusha Momanyi Mongina. Thank you. Nyandarua, Gitao Faith Wairemo. Nyando, Okelo Jared Odoyo.
Nyando votes yes.
Nyaribari Chache, Zahid Janda.
Yes.
Nyaribari Masaba, Daniel Ogwo Kamanduku. Nyatike, Tom Boya Odege. Nyeri, Rahab Mokami Washira. Nyeri Town, Duncan Maina Madenge. Oljororok, Moshira Michael Mwangi. Olkalau, David Joguna Kiaraho. Odaya, Michael Wambogo Wainaina. Pokot South, David Losiakau Kosing. Rabai, Mupe Anthony Nkenga. I have been asked to repeat Pokot South,
He said yes.
Pokot South, Kosing David Losiakau. Thank you. Rabai Anthony Kenga Mupe. Rangwe Gogo Linian Achieng. Rarieda Amolo Paul Otiende. Rongai Paul Kibet Chebor. Rongo Paul Abur. Roysambu Agustin Kamade Mwafrika. Ruaraka Francis Kajwang Tom Joseph. Roiro Kingara Simon Nganga. Runyenjes Karemba Eric Muchangi Njiru. Sabatia Sloya Clement Logova. Saboti Caleb Amisi Luyai. Saku Raso Dido Ali. Samburu Pauline Lenguris. Samburu East Jackson Lekumuntare Lentoijoni. Samburu North Dominic Eli Letipila. Samburu West Josephine Naisula Lesuda. Seme James Wambura Nyikal. Shinyalu Frederick Lusuli Ikana. Siaya Odwor Christine Ombaka. Sigor Peter Lochakapong. Sigor Awetsoin Justice Kipsang Kemei. Sirisia John Waluke Koi. Sotik Francis Kipiegon Arab Sige. South Imenti Idinji Shadrach Mwiti. South Mogirango Onyego Silvana Sosoro. Soy David Kiplagat. Starehe Maina Mwago Amos. Suba North Millie Grace Akoto Diambo. Suba South Karoli Omondi. Subukia Kashobe Samuel Kenudia. Suna East Mohammed Junaid Sheikh Nu. Suna West Peter Francis Masara. Taita Taveta Lydia Haika Mnene Mizigi. Tana River Amina Dika Abdullahi. Tarbaj Hussein Abdibare. Taveta John Okano Buire. Teso North Edward Kaunya Oku. Teso South, can I repeat Teso North? Oku Edward Kaunya. Thank you. Teso North, Oku Edward Kaunya.
Yeah, he has voted.
Sorry, Teso South, Otucho Mary Emase. Tetu, Geoffrey Wandeto Mwangi. Daraka, Murugara George Gitonga. Daraka Nithi, Susan Ngugi Nduyo. Thika Town, Nganga Alice Wamboi. Tiati, William Kamket Kasait. Tigania East, Lawrence Purwaburi. Tigania West, John Kanwithia Motunga. Tinderet, Julius Melikibiwot. Tongaren, John Murumba Chikati. Transoia, Lilian Chebetsiyoy. Tarbo, Janet Chepkemboy Sitiene. Turkana, Cecilia Asinyen Gitit. Turkana Central, Joseph Namwar Emathe. Turkana East, Nicholas Ngikor Nixon Ngikolong. Turkana North, Paul Ekwom Nabuin.
Is there?
Yeah. Okay. Turkana South, John Ariko Namoit. Turkana West, Daniel Epuyo Nanok. Wasingishu, Gladys Jepkoske Boss. Ugenya, Ochieng David Ouma. Uriri, Nyamita Mark Ogola. Vihiga, Kagesi Kivai Ernest Ogesi. Vihiga, Adagala Beatrice Kahai. Voi, Hamis Chome Abdi. Wajir, Fatuma Abdi Jeho. Wajir West, Aden Daudi Muhammad. Wajir North, Ibrahim Abdi Sane. Wajir South, Muhammad Aden Ado. Wajir West, Yusuf Muhammad Farah. Webuye East, Martin Pepela Wanyoni. Webuye West, Daniel Wanyamasitati. West Mogirango, Mogaka Stephen. West Pokot, Rael Chepkemoy Kasiwai. Westlands, Timothy.
He is already voted.
Oh, sorry, we have done that, sorry. Undanyi, Mwakuona Danson Mwashako. Basil Robert Ngui Yata. Yata.
Is he here?
Ali Abdisirat Khalif. Sabina Wanjiru Shege. Joseph Hamisi Dena. My vote, yes. Joseph Hamisi Dena. Okay. Suleka Hulbale Harun. Dorothy Mudoni Kiara. Joseph Wainaina Iraya. Irene. Joseph Wainaina Iraya.
He's voted.
Okay.
Yes.
Irene Nyakerario Mayaka. Umulher Harun Muhammad. Teresia Wanjiro Mwangi. No. Abubakar Ahmed Talib.
Yeah.
Abubakar Talib. Thank you.
You finished? Honorable members, order. Is there any member present who has not had his or her name called out?
Is there?
Yes.
Good evening. You are watching the sitting of the National Assembly this evening, where the members have been voting on the proposed impeachment of the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. It was through a roll call as directed by the Speaker of the National Assembly. And what is currently happening is that the tallying of the votes is underway, and thereafter the pronouncement will be made as to how the members of the National Assembly voted this evening. This special motion was moved by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse, and in that special motion, he did list 11 grounds on the reasons as to why the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, should be impeached as Kenya's second in command. The Member of Parliament cited gross violation of various articles, and also he did cite serious reasons to believe that the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Section 45, subsection 1, Section 46, Section 47A3, and Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, and Section 2, 3, 4, and 7 of Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. Those are some of the reasons that the Honourable Member believes that this House should take serious consideration of this special motion to dismiss the Deputy President, who we did hear from this evening between 5 and 7 when he appeared before the National Assembly and made his case, defending himself against accusations that have been leveled against him. And in a couple of minutes, we will hear the results of this division, this historic constitutional moment for the country. And all that you will watch live courtesy of the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. The National Assembly was guided by the standing orders, the procedure for removal of the Deputy President, where a member proposes the removal of the Deputy President on the grounds of physical or mental incapacity in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1A of the Constitution, Standing Order 63, which talks about the procedure for removal of President on grounds of incapacity shall, with necessary modifications, apply. And Part 2 of the Standing Order 65, where a member proposes to impeach the Deputy President in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1B of the Constitution, Standing Order 64, procedure for removal of President by impeachment shall apply with necessary modifications. So the members have been debating, and we will hear the result of this process anytime from now. Standing Order 64 of the National Assembly provides for the procedure for removal of President by impeachment. Now, the Standing Order 65 borrows heavily from Standing Order 64, and these procedures, they're quite a number, and some of them have been used in this business that the National Assembly began in the morning, and the culmination of it will be hard any time from now. And if you can see on your screen, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Bose, has taken the seat, and that means that she will perhaps be the one who will make the announcement after the tabulation and the tallying of the votes that has concluded, been done. The number required to vote in affirmative, according to the provisions of the Constitution, is 233 members. That is the threshold required to impeach the Deputy President. And there the Speaker has returned. The Deputy Speaker had been holding fort briefly, and anytime from now, the Speaker will call for the announcement of the votes which are currently being verified. It was a requirement that voting be done via roll call, and any moment from now, we will be hearing the result of that roll call. And just a quick recap of the 11 grounds which were outlined by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse. That one, the Deputy President has persistently made utterances threatening to discriminate, exclude, and unlawfully deny sections of the people of Kenya and regions of the Republic of Kenya equal opportunities for public service appointment and allocation of public resources. Ground 2, the Deputy President has made unilateral public statements inconsistent with policy positions collectively adopted by the government and contradicted the President on critical matters of governance and the exercise of the President's functions as a symbol of national unity. Ground 3, that His Excellency the Deputy President interfered with the running of Nairobi City County Government by inciting citizens against the lawful directives of the county government on the planning and relocation of markets and publicly disparaging the leadership of the county government and its decisions. Count 4, gross violation of Article 160, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. That His Excellency the Deputy President has undermined institutional and decisional independence of a judge through public attacks on a judge of the High Court of Kenya and falsely threatening to file a petition for the removal of the said judge in a matter in which he was a party. Number 5, that His Excellency the Deputy President breached his oath of office and allegiance on account of the utterances and actions attributed to the Deputy President under grounds 1, 2, and 3. And count 6, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Section 13(1)(a) and Section 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. That His Excellency the Deputy President has persistently made inflammatory, reckless, and insightful public utterances over the last 2 years in contravention of the law. Charge 7, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Sections 45(1), Section 46, Section 47(a)(3), and Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, and Section 2, Section 3, Section 4, and Section 7 of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. That His Excellency, the Deputy President, has committed gross economic crimes, namely conflict of interest, abuse of office, and conspiracy to commit crimes under sections by inexplicably amassing property estimated at 5.2 billion shillings, that is incompatible with his known legitimate income, and by trading with the office of the Deputy President through proxies. Charge 8, serious reasons
Order, honorable members. Give me that. Give me this. Order. Order. Osoro. Order. Order.
Congratulations.
Order.
Congratulations.
Order, members, take your seats. Order. Angol, take your seat. Order, members, take your seats. Yeah, I know. Yes. Where's that gentleman not? Order, members, order. Take your seats. Order, honorable members, take your seats for the tellers. Take your seats.